How's it going, everyone? It's Liam Catterson here, and we are reacting to another episode of The X-Files. It's episode 5 of this season. Yeah, really great journey so far. Really wonderful stuff. And yeah, I really enjoyed that last episode. Again, I did feel like the first 3 episodes did set things up a lot more better and all of that, but I mean, it was still really investing to go through that last episode, especially in regards to how this, or how that episode, should I say, affected Mulder with the fact that Ruby being missing. You know, it paid in relation to obviously his own sister going missing, which we found out in the pilot episode. So it was quite moving stuff, and yeah, it was quite emotional as well, like especially towards the end as well. So yeah. But I'm looking forward to getting into this episode. So with that said, it's episode 5 of The X-Files Season 1. Let's go.
Geo and Bingo was his name. Was a farmer, had a dog, and Bingo was his name.
Oh my god!
Okay, it's okay.
Damn, they went to sleep fast, unless it was a long fix.
Honey, would you mind holding the light for a second?
Oh boy.
His leg's been eaten off.
Oh great! So he has a foot fetish.
X-Files?
Ever hear of something called the Jersey Devil?
The Jersey
Yeah.
Devil.
It's a beast that's supposed to come out of the woods and attack cars, right? Kind of like an East Coast Bigfoot.
Read the
Oh,
file about the case
shit!
in 1940 from the attending pathologist.
Mulder, it's the same story I've heard since I was a kid. It's a folk tale, a myth.
I heard the same story when I was a kid too.
But maybe that
Funny thing
myth
is, I believed
made
it,
you
actually.
mistaken.
Fact is, we got a cannibal.
I do like the idea, again, like, furthering into, like, this show, like, you will uncover the truth about urban legends. Whether it's the Loch Ness Monster, whether it's Bigfoot.
I don't work for you, sir. And unless you hear different from the Attorney General, this case is a local matter.
Agent
Damn.
Mulder, we should go.
He really has a high opinion, doesn't he?
On the contrary, I think I've been exceedingly polite.
This is him on his good side. You don't want to meet him when he's pissed off.
Maybe make a weekend out of it.
Mulder, it's a 3-hour drive back by myself.
Put some tunes on.
Traffic.
Put some tunes on.
Cops up birch trees.
Not a stitch of clothing. He's about 60 yards away. And he starts sniffing the air, you know, like a dog.
Unless he's talking out of his ass.
And I swear he's...
It's a very active imagination.
Into the-
There's your beast person. Kids.
It's okay. It's all right. What happened? Did you bump your head?
Oh, come on.
Well, first you have to get a life.
Oh, wow.
Of course, it helps if you can find a man. You know what I mean?
Mulder.
Yeah, they're disappearing faster than the Brazilian rainforest. What about that guy you work with?
Mulder?
He said he was
Yes.
cute.
He's a jerk. He's not a jerk. He's,
Wait, did she say he was cute?
he's obsessed with his work.
Did she say he was cute? That's progress. I'll say that is progress. Such a weird dynamic, though, like Mulder on his own. I mean, we're probably going to get accustomed to that
Roger Crockett.
in future seasons and
He
whatnot.
was
But
murdered. Stuck in the pocket of a jacket I found. Does it mean anything to you?
I've seen it.
Where?
Right here.
that drawing,
Here?
like,
Are you
come to
listening?
life.
Swear to God. Yeah, they do.
Damn. It's a lucky day. Try to make a depiction of that drawing, but nothing comes to mind. Long hair? To be fair, the long hair was the only discerning feature, wasn't it? Oh. That's it. Could be anyone. Oh, Christ. What's up? Can we leave him be? Oh, no.
Whether it's Hannibal the Cannibal or Elmer Fudd, I've got a job to protect people.
Imagine it's Elmer
Or is
Fudd.
it to keep the dice rolling, keep the tour buses rolling in? You can't fill those casinos, this town disappears like a quarter down the swamp.
Wow.
Responsible when you lose your first tourist, detective. You are.
No, you are, sir, because you're wasting my time.
See, that's the thing, though. This jackass can sleep at night knowing that people will go missing.
Africa. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your week.
Because he knows something.
That's the guy getting sick.
Mulder, where are you?
You're going to have to
The
bet.
drunk tank?
Ah!
Oh, it's not hard to see where they mistook you for a vagrant. I have a date.
In your castle?
Wow!
Unlike you, Mulder, I would like to have a life.
I have a life.
Up the food chain, and we reduce other species' chances of survival.
It is the rules of nature.
But what if something entered the food chain above us?
It won't happen.
But what if? Entertain the idea.
Highly unlikely that what you're suggesting.
But not
could survive
impossible.
Civilization or revolution out in the woods of New Jersey.
Highly unlikely, but not outside the realm of extreme possibility?
Yeah, basically.
It would be an amazing discovery.
Maybe some weekend, if you're up for it, we could take the kids out to the beach for the day.
Moving a bit fast, aren't we? Moving a bit fast.
Thank you. So, can I ask about the case you're on, or?
No, it's classified.
Months. A long-haired male missing the same tooth I found in that rabbit a while back.
Whoa.
Where's the body now?
6 to 8 months, though.
You're sure it was a male?
Well, it had all the plumbing.
They're really going all out with this, like, yeah. Some kind of SWAT team, basically, in position.
How close is she to you or me? Does she feel emotion? Or her days just spent looking for food?
I mean, probably for survival, really.
Day shopping.
Well, maybe.
No, but what are you doing here?
I'm a professor of anthropology.
Mulder. Does that sound familiar to you? Look, I know he's here somewhere. Would you check up?
Don't know who you're talking about.
I want this place searched.
Oh, he's gonna get so jumped, isn't he? Yep, there she is. Oh, shit. That's it, though. She's gonna get spooked by the... Like, well, obviously with Mulder, it's gonna just looking for her, but the SWAT team is just gonna add insult to injury. Oh, hello. Great for Mulder to go on this on his own. Here. So close, though. Hello? Ooh. We come in peace? I know that usually applies to aliens, but, like... I mean, she's gonna be startled, so...
Mulder, you're hurt.
You should have seen her. She was beautiful.
Well, she was gonna rip your lungs out.
Oh, come
Could have
on.
torn my head off, Scully, but she didn't, because she sensed that I wasn't a threat.
Yeah!
Now keep these people out of here.
Take her alive.
What's going on here?
I got a man down.
Shit. Well, because you're... Oh, my God.
Suspect is headed south into the woods on foot.
They're gonna absolutely either kill her or... Yeah, because she's gonna be absolutely frightened with these with these idiots. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh, you just missed them on the bridge. Shit! Shit. He's so disheartened.
Same reason you kill a rabid animal.
And you lack understanding. I wouldn't try to challenge this heartless dickhead.
Medical exam of the woman's uterus does seem to indicate that she may have given birth.
She was just protecting her children, Scully. It all makes sense. The male dies, and she comes out of the woods in search of food.
Well,
that's it, though. That's whole.
Just go out and have a beer. Will you take the
so
day
difficult,
off?
isn't
I'll
it?
cover for you, Smithsonian.
Does she have a life, Scully?
Keep that up, Mulder, and I'll hurt you like that beast woman.
8 million years out of Africa.
Look who's holding the door.
You know, when I was a kid, my dad used to tell this story about
Oh, is this where one of the kids are? Oh, that's it. That's it though. I kind of do feel so bad for, I guess, the Jersey Devils. Really, call out of the family. We had the I mean, we had the kids, we had the female Jersey Devil, we had the male Jersey Devil, but... And it's so, obviously it's so conflicting with the fact that people are dying and all of that, but at the same time, it's just looking for food, and it's... Yeah. So... But there just might be that whole... idea about, humans failing those in need, I would say. Like, especially the, the Jersey Devils and all of that. I mean, you saw how reckless that, that Thompson was. So, yeah, but, it was just really, really, it was just really, I mean, obviously, I feel like with this episode, it might not be memorable. I can't say. It is still very fascinating, and there were some very interesting ideas that we did entertain. So yeah, like I said, I mean, it might not be everyone's cup of tea and all of that. This episode, I did like quite a few aspects surrounding this episode, especially with this episode splitting up Mulder and Scully for the, I guess, most part, really, whilst Mulder was chasing this character. And I was kind of expecting more when it came to uncovering the Jersey Devil, basically. In essence, it looked like it was like this homeless person, essentially. So, yeah. Although I guess when it came to the Picasso doesn't have a chance when it comes to those drawings. You kind of weren't expecting too much, I guess. So, I mean, it, like, for example, that homeless guy drew someone with long hair. That's it. I'm like, well, it could be anyone. So yeah, and I don't know. I felt like there is again a bit of an understanding in terms of Mulder's character when it comes to, I mean, for me personally, in terms of empathizing with him, because there is this whole idea of, I do believe there is stuff out there, but there's also a bit of a soft spot, really, when it comes to him trying to empathize for this for this female Jersey Devil. So yeah, and yeah, it's like, I don't know. There was just something very, very interesting when he was when he did get to confront the female Jersey Devil, because I feel like ultimately there was a mixture of emotions when it came to that confrontation, in terms of how he was like worried if he would disturb any kind of like would disturb her. But there's also fascination, especially with the fact that she wasn't scrapping away at him. So yeah, and she could have done so, but there is a lot of fear as well, that is being that she is suffering from, because that's it though. Like with this SWAT team and that detective who was out to get her, which they ultimately did. She was just petrified, and she was looking out for her kids, really. So yeah, but it was also very interesting to assess the idea of it potentially reverting to its Neanderthal ways, basically. So, yeah, and there is just a very, very interesting essence, really, when it comes to the idea of this missing link in terms of, I guess, human nature, really. So, yeah. But it's also just very, very, it's also just very, very sad ultimately in terms of how things ended. Like, those kids are probably on their own now, so, yeah. But also, I mean, I just feel like that detective was, you had Mulder basically accuse him of, just trying to cover things up. Like, there was a bit of an acknowledgement with that detective of this Jersey Devil. And I wouldn't be surprised, to be fair, if because I think that detective was he was undertaking the autopsy and all of that, and he said there were human bones in its digestive system. I wouldn't be surprised if that was like fabricated or something like that, especially if it's to help that what was it, Atlantic City that they were in, if it's to help with the tourists and all of that, because that's what Mulder did accuse him of, in terms of, well, you already know about this thing, and you're just trying to benefit the tourism, by keeping a few things discreet and all of that. So yeah. But it was, yeah, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case, to be fair, because if he was indeed fabricating certain bits in the report, because of he did seem to be very unlikable. I mean, the idea of Mulder and Scully being there in the first place when we first got to see that detective, he just hated their involvement, and he just became very unlikable from the get-go. I mean, Mulder was on the back foot in this episode. He was in jail for crying out loud, and needed Scully to bail him out, which is just adorable. But yeah. That's why I feel like when it comes to the female Jersey Devil versus, I guess, the detective and I guess the SWAT team and all of that, I do have a bit of emphasis or empathy, should I say, when it comes to the Jersey Devil, really, because yeah, there's no help really for her, and there's no, like, she's just in the wilderness, and she's just scared, and she's hungry, and there's been no assistance, and there is just this idea of human nature, basically, just because that's it. With your monsters of the week and all of that, and with what a few shows do, you could just really see how this show will sometimes veer to the idea of human the human race can be the biggest monsters of them all. and I wouldn't really be surprised if they said that in in black writing, basically, and clear as day, in terms of, well, sometimes there is that case where humans can be the biggest monsters of them all, because it's a real thing that humanity can be the biggest monsters of them all. And I just feel like when it comes to like, even though that you did empathize with obviously the victims and all of that and whatnot, I don't know, there was just a little bit of a soft spot to this to these to this like this entity, really, in terms of wondering if it's regressed to its Neanderthal ways, wondering like how it could really survive, really. So when it's just all alone and has nothing to rely on. So but I mean, with Mulder, I mean, he was like, so he was trying to approach this whole situation as delicate as possible, contrary to the detective and all of that. I mean, he was like, even in terms of trying to get closer to the female Jersey Devil, he gave his room to a bloody he gave his room to a homeless guy. So it's like really, really nice. I mean, yeah, obviously it's to keep a good eye on this Jersey Devil, but I mean, you even saw how disheartened he was with the fact that she died and he couldn't do anything to protect her. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, this was really, really good in terms of seeing Mulder grow, because obviously he didn't have Scully for a good chunk of this episode. And we get to see a bit of this warmth for his character, I would say. Like I said, with the homeless person, the fact that he was not willing, he was not willing to stop whatsoever. And to be fair, that is a thing when it comes to Mulder. I have assessed when it comes to these past 5 episodes, is that he just doesn't know when to quit. Which I know sometimes can be perceived as a bad thing, but it just shows the commitment and the admiration. Like, I'd say that admiration in terms of peering into this other world, really, where, like, of investigating the unknown, really, whether it be aliens, whether it be the monsters of the week. It's just this fascination that gives you a bit more of an open perspective. I mean, that's it though. He was willing to take a bit of an understandable a presence when it comes to the female Jersey Devil. So yeah, and yeah, that might have been based on his encounter with the Jersey Devil, but also I mean, he's just fascinated in general, isn't he, to just explore further in terms of these unexplainable things that are out there. So but again, it's just like when you see the aftermath of what happened to the Jersey Devil, I mean, he was just completely disheartened, and he was just completely yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, it was really, really great stuff. So yeah, in terms of discovering Mulder's character further, especially on his own. So yeah, but like I said, I feel like with the Jersey Devil, it is. I was expecting something a bit more, but yeah. It's so funny though, because with the fact that she just looked like, the Jersey Devil looked like basically someone who was just ordinary, just with a few dirt bits and pieces on their face in terms of dirt and debris and all of that. That's it. It wasn't anything like what you would imagine as a Bigfoot or anything like that. Although the idea of tackling these urban legends is a possibility with the show. So yeah, but it's just so funny how, like, there is this hoo-ha about the Jersey Devil, and I guess reality, in this situation, she doesn't really look anything like that. She just looks like someone without a home and all of that, like who's on her own, who's been spending time in the wilderness. So just an ordinary person, just with mud on their face. That's it. So yeah. I don't know if that's down to budget or anything like that in terms of, behind the scenes and all of that, but I just find it so funny. And what makes it funnier is, of course, the images when you flash back to the homeless person, and even, what was it, Mulder just assessing all of the pieces of evidence, and I think that was a second drawing, so yeah, because I think that one had the boob showing, didn't it? So yeah. Whereas the homeless guy just drew it was like an outline of the human body. That was it. And just long hair. That was it. So yeah. It's like if you drew a stick, like you may as well have drawn a stick person, basically. Again, Picasso doesn't have a chance. But yeah, it was also very interesting, like, to see Scully's life play out as well. Because, I mean, there is look, the shipping is escalating with this episode. But Liam, you can't think that with the fact that Scully was on a date and all of that. But notice how she just doesn't give a shit about this guy that we're never going to see from again. That when he called for a second date, she just completely dismissed him. So yeah, I mean, it is interesting to see, like, well, here's the thing. Both Scully and Mulder were living in their norms in this episode, where Scully was trying to have that normality and to detach herself from the the unknown and all of that. Mulder just thrives in the unknown and all of that. That's his fascination. But you have Scully who's just trying to have that normality with her godson's birthday, try to have a date, but it's just not clicking. So yeah. And of course, your idea is, no, Mulder and Scully, they're together. Screw this guy and all of that. But you just got to read into her character. She's not enjoying this as well. This is mundane for her. So it's like taking a step into Mulder's world has kind of spoilt her in a sense, and I would say, because this date with this guy that we're never going to see from again, she wasn't really vibing. Yeah. So, but she even said that Mulder was cute as well. Yep. That's a thing. Yeah. But she didn't even say it directly. That's the thing. Her friend, said, I thought you said Mulder was cute. She didn't deny it. And it's like, yes, feed us as crumbs. But it was a very, very fascinating dynamic to, like I said, split them two up this episode, and just to kind of get a bit of an insight into their lives in terms of them trying to be in their norms, I guess. In terms of their life, like I said, with Mulder, the unknown and the unexplainable it's basically his norm, and Scully's yet to kind of go into the deep end. Like, she's in the shallow end of the pool at the minute, but like I said, she's now got a taste of it, and I feel like she's been spoiled, and that date that she had, that just doesn't vibe with her. So. And look, the chemistry between them is just perfect. Chef kiss. So, come on. But yeah, it was an alright episode. Nothing, like I said, too remarkable, but there are a lot of things to appreciate, I would say, about this episode for me. So yeah, but yeah, awesome. This is an awesome show at the minute. Like 5 episodes in, it's just been very fascinating. Even if the episodes aren't as, great as like episode 1 or 2 or whatever, still good parts there's still amazing parts to digest about, like this episode for instance. So yeah, but yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check out my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I'll see you guys next time. Toodles!